Welcome to the world of biology through Jaguar classes from Jagran Public School, Noida. In today's class of this part of the chapter Heredity and Evolution, I will cover up the topics Mendel's laws of inheritance, in which we will recall the law of dominance, and we will cover up and discuss the law of segregation and law of independent assortment with the help of results of and observations of dihybrid crosses performed by Mendel in sweet pea plant. We will share here the inheritance of one gene using monohybrid cross that we have discussed in earlier part, and we will also learn the inheritance of two genes with the help of dihybrid crosses. And after today's class, the learning outcomes that we are expecting, you would be able to recall various terms related with the concept of inheritance and genetics that we have learned in earlier classes of this chapter, and you will also be able to describe dihybrid crosses and their results to understand the third law of genetics, that is law of independent assortment. In skill-based learning outcomes, you would be able to compare and differentiate results and observation from monohybrid and dihybrid crosses performed by Mendel in all the 7 characters of sweet pea plant, and you would be able to critically analyze the result of dihybrid crosses to understand the law of independent assortment. The competencies that would be developed after today's class, you will be able to use your collaborative approach, critical thinking and problem solving skills, as well as communication and analytical skills to solve various higher order thinking questions, case study based questions and other exercises related with these terms. Let's start with our today's class. In today's class, we will continue with the Mendel's laws of inheritance. In earlier class, I have discussed with you the first law of genetics or first law of inheritance, that is law of dominance, with results of monohybrid crosses performed by Mendel. And today we will continue with the second law, that is law of segregation, and third law, law of independent assortment. These slides we have covered up in the earlier lecture, and today we will start with the dihybrid. Have a quick recap about the Mendel's law of dominance that he has proved with the help of one gene inheritance, and with the help of Punnett square he has introduced and conclude his result of monohybrid crosses. And now we will start with this slide in which we have a quick recap of the earlier class topic that we have taken. Based on his experiments, Mendel proposed rules for inheritance in monohybrid crosses. He has introduced and proposed 2 laws on the basis of monohybrid crosses. The first law, that is known as Mendel's law of dominance. Now, recall it. According to this law of dominance, characters are controlled by factors. These factors nowadays are called as genes that occur in pairs. At least 2 forms of a factor exist in the form of alleles, and one factor dominates over, which is known as dominant, and the other factor is known as recessive according to Mendel's monohybrid crosses results. This law explains why all plants in F1 exhibit only one form of the trait, all were tall. But in F2 generation, the proportion which is shown by Mendel in all the characters of the pea plant, that was 3:1, means tall and dwarf ratio that he has observed in this case of the character height in pea plant as well as in other characters. Always he got the results 3:1 in F2 generation, and for explanation of that he proposed the law of dominance. Second law that he has proposed with the help of result of monohybrid crosses, that is Mendel's law of segregation. According to this law, alleles capital T and small t do not show any blending. In the F2 generation, both alleles are expressed dominant as well as recessive, and in the F1 generation, the recessive allele small t is not expressed, due to which all plants in F1 generation Mendel observed as tall plants. But in next generation, the hidden trait get appeared, and both the traits appeared in 3:1 ratio as observed by Mendel in his monohybrid crosses. Homozygous plants which are with capital T or small t produce the same gametes, means capital T or small t and small t. But heterozygous plants which are with mixed alleles, capital T and small t, produce two kinds of gametes. Either 50% of them are with capital T allele or tallness allele, and the dwarfness allele small t in the equal proportion. This differentiation of alleles in gametes is called the law of segregation, as alleles segregate from each other when gametes are formed, and this law is also known as law of purity of gametes. That means gametes are always in pure form, means in gametes there will be only one allele which will be in pure form. There will be no mixing or no hybrid condition will be shown. Now, in today's class, we'll learn and try to understand Mendel's dihybrid crosses. With the help of result of these dihybrid crosses, he has concluded the third law of genetics, or third law related with the pattern of inheritance, that is known as law of independent assortment. Now, first of all, try to understand what is a dihybrid cross. In a dihybrid cross, a cross between plants to determine inheritance of two different traits or two different characters. The phenotype of the F2 generation in these type of crosses have been observed in ratio 9:3:3:1. Now you can see here one example of dihybrid cross that Mendel has performed with the two characters. That is, one of the character is seed color, yellow and green, and seed shape, round and wrinkled. Here he has selected the two types of plants, one with pure round and yellow, whose genotype is capital R, capital R, capital Y, and the another plant he has taken as wrinkled and green, with wrinkled and green seeds. That means with the pure recessive trait small r, and small y. Now, in this parent generation, the gamete formation will have from both the characters. Here is the homozygous type of allele will be transferred in their gametes, and here the recessive alleles will transferred. Now, as a result of the cross breeding of these two types of gametes, in F1 generation, the plants will be able to produce only round and yellow type of seeds that Mendel has observed. Means only one of the two characters, one dominant character has been shown in F1 generation result. Now try to understand this concept or this dihybrid cross here. In F2 generation, when selfing between the two plants which have been observed in F1 generation when done by Mendel, there will be the combination of four types of gametes from male parent as well as from female parent that you can see here. And when we will see the combinations found by these 4 into 4 means 16 type of combination in genotypes and phenotypes will be formed with the help of this Punnett square. You can understand that the ratio between the phenotypes that you can observe here, phenotypic ratio between these 4 types of combinations, round yellow, round green, wrinkled yellow and wrinkled green when two characters are observed in this type of crosses. That ratio result as 9:3:3:1 that you can see. You can count from here the round and yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 round yellow seeds are here and 3 round green. Round green you can see here 1, 2 and 3 and wrinkled green 1, 2, wrinkled green, wrinkled yellow are 1, 2 and 3 and pure recessive trait wrinkled green has been shown in one plant. And now what Mendel has concluded about this result and observation related with the dihybrid crosses, try to understand with the help of that. We will summarize that based on the inheritance of two contrasting genes, Mendel proposed the law of independent assortment, according to which when two pairs of contrasting traits are combined in a hybrid, the segregation of one pair of characters is independent of the other pair of characters. When these two traits segregate independently of each other, the process is referred to as independent assortment. The segregation of 50% of round and 50% of wrinkled is independent of the segregation of 50% of yellow and 50% of green. Later on, the chromosomal theory of inheritance was proposed by Sutton and Boveri to prove that the segregation of alleles occurs because the two chromosomes in a pair are separated during cell division, which is known as meiosis cell division. Now, try to understand. Now we will have a quick recapitulation of the Mendel's 3 laws that Mendel has proved with the help of studying or with the help of hybridization experiment results that he has performed in pea plant, and he has performed 2 types of experiments, monohybrid crosses and dihybrid crosses. Here are the main points covered in this topic of that Mendel's laws. Mendel used the results of his experiments on pea plants to propose laws that explain how traits are inherited. The expression of trait is controlled by factors, and these factors are called as alleles of a gene. When plants with contrasting character or traits are crossed, one allele dominates over the another in F1 generation, and due to which all F1 plants show the dominant character in phenotypes, and this is called as the law of dominance, which is first law of genetics or first law of principle of inheritance. For a plant used as a parent, alleles get segregated during gamete formation and a heterozygous parent produces two different gametes. All F1 plants have the same phenotype. The F2 generation has a phenotypic ratio 3:1 and genotypic ratio of 1:2:1, and this change in F2 generation is called the law of segregation. When plants with two different traits are crossed, segregation and inheritance of the two traits are independent of each other, which is known as law of independent assortment, which is known as third law of genetics, and Mendel's laws of inheritance were proved at the chromosomal level by Sutton and Boveri and Thomas Hunt Morgan by the theory proposed by them, that is known as chromosomal theory of inheritance. Now, in next session of the class, I will show and I will present a presentation in which you can repeat or understand the concept of law of independent assortment clearly. Now watch it.
The law of independent assortment. When Mendel hybridized pea plants with two contrasting characteristics, he observed two new phenotypes in the F2 generation, round green seeds, and wrinkled yellow seeds. Why did the plants in the F1 generation not have these phenotypes? Well, that's because the gametes formed in the parental generation were of two types only. They combined to produce only one genotype in the F1 generation, that is, heterozygous plants with round yellow seeds. Now, look at the gametes formed in the F1 generation. They are of four different types. So, maybe the mystery of the appearance of new phenotypes in the F2 generation can be solved by understanding the process of gamete formation. Come, let's try to understand this. You know that gametes are formed by meiotic division. During meiosis I, the parental chromosomes align randomly in either of the two given patterns. This random alignment of parental chromosomes leads to the formation of gametes with different combinations of allele pairs. These gametes come together in various combinations to form new phenotypes in the F2 generation. Look at the phenotypic ratio. The appearance of round green seeds and wrinkled yellow seeds makes it clear that the Mendelian factors for seed color and seed shape segregate and assort independently during gamete formation. Therefore, Mendel concluded that the inheritance of two pairs of contrasting characteristics is independent of each other.
I think with the help of this, it is clear. Now, once you can understand by this way also how these two characters, one of the character is seed color and the another character is seed shape, are independently getting assorted in dihybrid crosses. For example, now see here in this example, if we will consider only round and wrinkled character, then you can see here round 9 seeds are here and 3 seeds are here. 9 plus 3, 12, and wrinkled are 3 here and 1 here, 4 here. That means when we will find out the ratio between 12:4, the simplified ratio will be 3:1 that Mendel has observed in his monohybrid crosses. And if we will consider the same thing for the next character, that is seed color, you can see that the yellow color seeds are 9 plus 3, 9 here and 3 here, 12, and green color seeds, again green recessive colored seeds are 3 here and 1 here, 4, 12:4, again 3:1 ratio. That means two characters are not blended here. These four combinations are, or we can say that these four combinations for the two characters has been seen just by the recombination of the different, but individually they are assorting independently, where they are also coming in the ratio 3:1 only. That is the third law of Mendel, which is known as law of independent assortment. Now try to understand it with the help of an example.
In this plant species, blue color of the flower is dominant over pink color, and a smooth leaf margin is dominant over an uneven leaf margin. On crossing two parent plants, all plants of the F1 generation have blue flowers and smooth leaf margins. When the F1 generation is self-crossed, two new phenotypes are seen in the F2 generation. Which boxes in the Punnett square will have the new phenotype, blue flowers, and rough leaf margins? Click the correct boxes. Then click Evaluate.
Now let's try to solve it. They are asking that this type of flower, in which box we can put this type of flower where this phenotypic character will be seen. As we know that blue color is dominant here and rough margin is recessive here. So recessive trait will be shown when from both the sides recessive trait will come, and that we can see here for blue color, which is a dominant trait that can be produced in heterozygous as well as homozygous condition. Now one box that we can take here as in this, where we can say that capital B and small s will give this type of phenotypic features. And next we can select here in this box where the capital B, small b will produce blue color of flower and small s will produce rough leaf. Next we can put here this type of phenotype we can see in this one. Here we can put here blue for capital B and small b, dominant will be there, and for recessive trait in leaf margin, homozygous condition should be there. That should be the correct answer. Let's evaluate our answer.
That's correct. Combination of the highlighted gametes gives rise to the new phenotype. Plants with blue flowers and rough leaf margins.
Now come to next question.
Which boxes in the Punnett square will have the phenotype, pink flowers and smooth leaf margins? Click the correct boxes. Then click Evaluate.
Means in this case we have to find out that where the dominant, where the recessive color of the flower will come and dominant type of smooth margin will be there for the leaf. Now for this we will consider pink flower, means small b should be there. In this condition we can put here small b and with smooth margin. Okay, and the second we can put here also we will get pink color and smooth margin of the leaf, and the third one we can get here where the pink flower and smooth margin we will obtain. Now let's evaluate our result.
That's correct. Combination of the highlighted gametes gives rise to the new phenotype. Plants with pink flowers and smooth leaf margin.
Now,
which of these plants in the F2 generation is homozygous recessive? Click the correct box in the Punnett square.
Homozygous recessive case will be obtained only here, where for
That's
both
correct.
the characters,
the combination of two gametes that both have recessive alleles gives rise to a homozygous recessive genotype.
Now with that, I hope you will be able to understand the third law of genetics or third law of Mendel, known as law of independent assortment, where Mendel has done or performed the two gene inheritance to understand or to observe the two gene inheritance related with the two characters in pea plant. Now with that I end our today's class, and in next class we will start our next topic of this chapter, that is sex determination. And thank you and have a nice day.